I'm joined by Octopus Fund Manager David Crawford, and Manus also joins us with, of course, all of the analysis. David, first of all, it does seem like it's been a rough couple of days, but you hold both stocks in BP and Prudential. Are you buying any more of those stocks?
I've bought a little bit more BP. I think it is probably an overreaction. It's pretty significant. We don't really know what's going on, but what we can see is that some people are just selling just because they don't know what's going on, and that normally means there's an opportunity when people sell fairly indiscriminately. Most people would say there's probably value in BP given the amount of share price has fallen versus the cost of cleanup and implications of that. But some people just sell because they think, I don't want to be there, it's not investable at the moment. And that creates for me some sort of opportunity. But to be fair, I've been wrong because the shares are £1 lower than when I bought them.
But when will investors be able to say, listen, this issue is now tidied up, we've got a price on it? I mean, when are you going to be satisfied to say, yes, I really want to reposition myself back into BP?
It'll be gradual. I mean, getting the thing capped is the most important thing. That will be the biggest event. And then it will be, well, what's the overall cost going to be? And that figure will be pretty wide. Do you think the
criminal investigation, I mean, where's your thoughts in terms of the upper end? We've heard $40 billion. Do you think it could be as high as that in terms of repercussions from the criminal side of the investigation?
Yeah, I think the actual overall cost will be within people's sort of estimates, maybe even come out better, but it's more about the implications of the business going forward. I think people just think, well, BP's name will be so tarnished that their business in the north of America will always suffer. And
David, you still think that Tony Hayward is the right man for the job?
I think what happened here was problems that he wasn't, decisions that weren't he didn't make on the rig at the time. Now, the key is, has he done the right thing post that? And that we'll only know that post, we'll only know that in a year's time probably, when they investigate, did they make the right decisions after the accident, and that's when he'll come into the focus, but not yet, I don't think.
And David, do you actually apply the strategy to BP, so at a certain level it's a good bargain and you're going to buy some stocks to the whole of the European market? Are you waiting for them to fall, or have they fallen to a level you're comfortable buying up stocks again?
Overall, I think the markets are good value at these levels, but there's obviously macro risks which make it a more difficult call, and going into the summer it may just be a choppy market for a while.
David, we're just hearing the bell. Let's get straight to Manus to see if we have those opening calls, of course, on those two stocks, but also the markets overall.
OK, BP opens down 2.5%. 419 is the first print there. We'll come back to that when that settles down a little bit. We've got London down just 0.4%, down 0.6%, waiting for a few other markets to open. Spain opens down just over 0.9%. Prudential opens down 1.3%. Of course, this is the other big story. TJM, really, this deal has unpicked so aggressively and so quickly. Do you think this makes Pru an interesting proposition?
Actually, I was actually short of Pru, and that was on the back of potentially the deal going through, but also if you look at the way the stock's performed against other life insurers, it's actually been pretty good. So I think that there's a little bit of indigestion.